there's no two way. There are no two ways there to say you are unable to pay. Then the bank says, okay, it's fine. You pay when you get the money. I think from my experience, if you've got a credit that is above 600, 600 and above.
But going now to like still staying on credit, what is then like a good credit? Like I know there's that, ClearScore and like, like TransUnion, I think they give you like these numbers, So like what is like a good number? Like if at least I'm on like, I don't know, 500 or 400 or whatever, at least I can get approved for something. Is there like something like that?
I think from my experience, if you've got a credit that is above 600, 600 and above, because you are slightly above average, right? But now there's a what you call, there are those 6 C's of credit or 6 C's of lending, where we look at things like character and all that stuff. But you can do that on another session if we're going to have that.
Oh wow!
So,
yeah, that's it. We will. I think I'll
So-
definitely schedule it. Yeah.
Yeah. So someone has a credit score of maybe 600 and something, but then you look at their paying behavior, right? Or maybe look at how this person conducts himself or herself. This person, you look at the history, like going back to say, how was this person paying, or how was this person honoring or respecting the debt? Because life happens, like you say, to say life happens, then no one knows what happens tomorrow. You see, then went through something, then it reduced your score, but still, if you are having issues like everyone who has issues, and then they look at it in some cases, and some credit departments for banks, before they grant you a loan or they send you, there's on the preliminary approval, maybe you applied from the branch, the whoever the credit journal, the credit manager, whoever is there, depending on the structure of the bank, they do an interview. If they see something there, they do an interview. Then they know in person who is the person that we are granting the loan or we are giving this to. So with sometimes because of your character, sometimes it might, then they then give discretion as well to grant a loan, and then they look at your books as well to say, into your account to say, okay, fine this, and then we look at your pay slips and your if the job like stable as well and all that, because there's a lot of things that is happening outside there. People, they actually, people, I hate that people, there's some people who can would you what you call, let's say you want to you have a bad credit, they come to you and then they take money from you and they say we can correct your credit. That one, it is scam, that one. So whoever has a bad credit, there's no shortcut for you to have a good credit score. So that one, everyone has to understand that there's no shortcut. There's no one who can say I can get into the system, because at the end of the day, you, even if you cook those figures to say you have done you I don't know how did they do that, but at the end of the day, you know yourself that your credit is bad. So yeah, even if you cook and say, my credit is good and everything, but you know yourself that your credit is bad and you are a bad payer. So even if you cook them today to say you are a good payer, your character will follow you.
Sure.
You will default on that.
Yeah, that's the credit thing is it's huge. It's like really really big, and I think there's like they had to like get stricter and stricter when they come to approving
Yes.
people. So I understand. But then it's
Yeah.
unfortunately it's just the people that like it's just life happened. It's not like they don't want to not they still want to pay, still get caught up. So you said something interesting. You said that they look into your records. How far back do they go? Do they go back 3 months, 6 months? Because I'm just trying to see if someone has like a bad credit, like because I just want like to give like people hope really is like to say if someone has a bad record, then it's like okay, you start paying, then you maybe been paying for 6 months, you've been paying well for 12 months. So now I'm applying for a house. I don't really want someone to go back 2 years. I mean, that would be a little unfair, I think. So how far back do they go to check your history?
Okay. I think you do understand audit, right? Where it just happens like they just say we want a file for this. They don't give you like a sequence to say we are looking into this particular angle, right? They just say, okay, maybe you started banking with a bank maybe 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is these ones who are giving, whether it's a home loan or whatever, it's not a surprise that you might find them asking you to say, can we have your other bank statements or your previous bank statements from other banks? Because fairly your account is less than a year. Because people they think that if they say we need a 3 months bank statement and a 3 months payslip, but they want to know that before now, before those 3 months or before those 6 months, how were you banking? You see, because
Okay.
we are happy to say, oh, for the past 6 months, my affordability is this. You see, so now what was it before? You see, now you are okay, but how was it before? Right? So, which means, like I said to you, to say your character of paying, it has to, well, at the end of the bank, at the end of the day, banks, they just then, after they say, okay, this thing, we are satisfied, those credit analysts, they say, okay, we are satisfied, we can grant this person the loan, right? But granting a loan to everyone, there are a lot of risks that are there in lending by those who are lending. So, and then they know that there's a percentage of there's where we will talk of the default risks and everything, where people they take loan then they don't pay, because mortgages that are bonds that are given over a period of 20 years, it's a long period of time, and a lot can happen with those 20 years. But at the end of the day, they have to give to you if you meet their criteria, and then along the way, while you are having the house, you got a property, your credit can still go down as well. And there are high chances that it can go down as well. Because the job that you're doing today, maybe you got a job today, you are just 23, so you finish paying the house when you are 43. Maybe by that time you've been retrenched maybe 3-4 times before you get to 43.
Yeah.
To the extent that the bank can even take back the property, they recover their money, and then at 43 you don't have a house. But at 24, 25, you were one of the best kids from your family who has a house at 25. But before you reach 40, where we say life begins at 40, you are now on bad credit and you don't have a house. The bank has taken the house.
So, okay, speaking about the bank taking the house, okay, say you lost the job, you're retrenched or whatever, can you go to the bank and say, this is my situation, and then they give you like 3 months off or some kind of arrangement so that they don't take your house? Can they do that?
Banks, they use annuities, right? So they run monthly. I can say they are compounded monthly, even when they calculate their interest and everything. Those interests, they are compounded monthly. So if they say over 20 years, that is 240 months, right? Over 20 years. So if you go to the bank and you say, I'm having problem, because at the end of the day, banks, they are not there to say, okay, if you fail to pay, you can come and we negotiate. You see, yeah. They can't say, if you fail to pay, come and let's negotiate.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, because this is business, and in business you have to pay.
That's
Remember,
sure.
the bank has paid the seller who sold you that house, right? And the bank now, they are recovering what they paid already.
Okay.
That's why you find banks, they start to write you demand letters. They send you a lot of stuff. They are good in that, to send you that, reminding you about your arrears, your 60-day, 30-day arrears, 60-day, 90 days. Then they start writing you according to the law to say you must pay this until this time. If not, then they send those things to, because the credit now department will say this is beyond them. They put it to legal department, and then they start running their thing. Now they find you are unable to pay. That one is not two way. There are no two ways there to say you are unable to pay. Then the bank says, okay, it's fine. You pay when you get the money.
No, I guess it is business. So